Hello everybody, today I have the pleasure to propose to you this key 80 entitled Practical Awakening. Well, this is the chapter 5 for which today we're gonna talk about hygiene of life. Okay, so hygiene of life is not only to wash and so on. This is largely larger and deeper, of course. So it's probably one of the most practical, okay, so it is really operational tips and different tools for you to really ascend, to raise your vibration physically. Well, this is essential, this is part of the awakening, you know. This is a good balance. This is the sacred trinity or triptych, which is the alignment with the body, the mind and the soul. Okay, in Eastern world, okay, in the East, we don't consider not to have this application. Okay, for instance, in Hinduism, Buddhism, you have a meditation. You have also, let's say, yoga. Okay, the different practice of yoga, and it's impossible. It's impossible to consider the fact that you know the theory without the practice. Same for Taoism. Taoism, one of the application is Tai Chi, Qigong. Okay. Well, this is also true in the East philosophy, or let's say in the Judaism with Essenes, also with Christians. Okay, with Gnosis. If you know, and unfortunately he's not famous so far, but Peter Deneuve or Ivanov, they are Bulgarian, but they were from the light brotherhood. Okay, they are very let's say deep in their messages and so on, and it's just the essence of the Christ esotericism. Okay, well, anyway, they give you some examples of let's say exercise, gymnastics to stimulate, for instance, your energies. Okay, so you know, this is like holistic perception, holistic dimension, HolYstyle of Life, as I rebaptize it, and you have 4 videos for this theme in the key 69. Okay, what is it concretely? Holistic, holos in Greek means global, overall. This is like if you have a family and you take care of everybody with the same care, the same time, the same attention. Like you have different kids, you have parents, and so on. Okay, this is the same principle. Holistic could be also the fact, you know, when you drive is holistic, right? Because you have many parameters to take into account. You cannot just focus on the wheel. Okay, you also have to check the mirror. You have to say to think about the pedals, the gears, and so on. Okay, that's why at the beginning it's confusing. Another way would be I have back pain. Okay, and I just focus on the back. And if we go further, there is some psychological reasons. Okay, I have harassment from my boss. I'm really busy and you're close to burnout because I work too much, and then I take the stress here in my back. Okay, it's one of the reasons. It could be also because if I analyze the body differently, and osteopaths, they can see or feel that it is because my leg is I don't know, half centimeter less than the other one, so I'm not balanced. Okay, so we cannot see at first sight, but when you run and so on, jogging, it's affecting your whole balance, and especially your back. Or it could be even further, I say randomly, but like in your karma, you were, I don't know, a slave, so you have been whipped a lot, or you have a lot of charges to load and so on. So anyway, it can be different things. This is exactly the principle of holistic medicine. Holistic medicine you have in the traditional Chinese medicine, which is really the fact to integrate all the parameters, the body, and the full body, not only the organs, or the muscle who has a pain problem, but this is completely the full package of your body, the mind, and the soul. The soul is the karma. Okay, and in Ayurveda is the same. Ayurveda in Sanskrit for Hinduism, it is concretely the science of life. Okay, so that's why the field of application is for everything. Okay, science of life. Life is entire for everything. So basically, this is more preventive than curative. Okay, the goal is to activate your all energies all the time with different tools that we're gonna see today in the different videos, and this is extremely, let's say, important. The goal is really at the end, the objective is to have a stable, fulfillment, wholeness, happiness and so on. And despite you have some up and down sometimes, yes, but you know how to get back to the point, the middle way. And with also a daily practice, and for which you have a certain pleasure to develop this, So this is concretely at first Hygiene of Life. I separate, but I could have put as a full package, like the previous series of videos was, which were 84. It was for how to raise your vibration, how to raise your frequencies, your vibration, how to be in harmony, You have 2 videos, 15 multiplied by 2, so it's 30 different techniques and tools, You have much more, even in the Sage by Sage Utopia, 65 different techniques. But anyway, just this is, let's say, the state of mind. The state of mind is philosophy, practical philosophy is the same for the Hygiene of Life, This is a practical philosophy, in a certain extent. And we have to focus first on energy. Why? So I even talk about that if you want to deepen this theme in the key 69, for which I have 4 videos for that. But now I'm just gonna resume the key points. First, Tesla said, if you want to find the secret of the universe, things in terms of energies, frequencies, and vibration. Second, Einstein said the following: what we call matter is only vibration which has been reduced to be perceptible to our senses. It's just density. And he concludes by saying there is no matter. So what you see here, a table, a bank, me, I'm full of energy. There is only energy. There is only energy. This field is energy. We think it's tangible. Yes, it is, because it's a vector of energy. Basic. That's why, even so physically, and even the thoughts, the subtle things have energies. A stone has an energy, a thought has an energy, and that's why it's so important in the notion of law of attraction, law of vibration. This is what we saw in the key 36. If you want to deepen, you're gonna just resume now. What is about law of attraction is magnetism. So magnet, you attract what you think. That's why the Buddha say, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, what you imagine you create. Think about that, and that's why our life is the result, is the fruit of our states of mind. Healthy lifestyle is important. A healthy mind in a healthy body is the Greek philosophy to put into practice. And last quote, Einstein said the following as well: match the frequency of the reality that you want, and you cannot stop getting it. It is not philosophy, this is science. Basically, you vibrate, you think about something in the multi-dimensionality, key 77, if you want to deepen. Concretely, time is not linear. There are different superposition of space-time and timeline. Timelines. So concretely, you vibrate positively, you shift to this. This scenario instead of another one. But basically you type on a website, well-being, well-being, you will have some, your reality with the website with positive things, violence, fight, and so on, type this, you will have another reality. So match the frequency of the reality that you want, you cannot stop getting it, it is not philosophy, this is science. Keep this in mind, and that's why it's important to have a good hygiene, state of mind, a discipline, and also hygiene of life, which is a full combo, a full package, of course. So law of attraction, basically what is it? It is magnetism, is co-creation, visualization. This is the same, let's say, effect, principle, and so on. To make it short, if you want to deepen key 36, this is basically, we use that in sport. A lot of great athletes are doing it. Okay, for example, the guy is visualizing before his match. I don't know, he plays soccer, football, and he visualizes that. So he visualizes with his mind. He has the image of scoring, for example, but the sensation of scoring. Okay, for example, for the cup, and so he visualizes in his mind, and then he feel that the happiness of scoring, like yes, and he see a maximum of detail, like you know, in the stadium you can see a 1-0 or 2-0 and so on, and his name, like wow, congrats, his name and so on. Okay, so he visualize with the mind, with the emotion, with the heart, the feeling of this access to this reality, and then with the, let's say, is grateful, is thanking the fact is already there. Okay, like in advance. So three pillars: visualizing the mind, most of this details possible. Secondly, the feeling, and third, the fact to be grateful. And to thanks in advance, it's already there. We can do that also when we have a coaching of life. Of course, you are a bit stressed for management, for a presentation in front of your colleagues. Okay, but you can visualize that everybody is applauding, you speak fluidly with, good communication. Everybody is smiling, is enjoying, and so on. Okay, this is also a projection. You can also record yourself with your video and so on. I give a lot of tips in the key 36 with special music as well. Theta waves, for example, you can find on YouTube very easily. You have that in the Bible, the verse 106, okay, and the verse 48, okay, when Jesus say, if your faith is big enough, you can move the mountain in quota mark. But concretely, when he say ask and you shall receive, is the same principle, is a notion of free will. But you have in many mysticism. Okay, this is always the principle of The Secret, the movie, even if it's really materialistic oriented. But anyway, Neville Goddard saying is not known like Ivanov, Peter Deneuve, Gurdjieff, or I don't know, many others that they will be in the future. Is American. Neville Goddard, he said the following: the great secret of player is to be thoughts rather than to think. Okay, so you welcome. When we say enthusiastic, it means crossed by divine, because you let the presence and this is an acceptance and you welcome. Okay, make your dream a reality by embracing the feeling of your wish being fulfilled. Concretely, this is what the Little Prince say: turn your life into a dream and this dream into reality. Okay. Very important as well, it is transversal with what we saw before with the key 81, 82, with the notion to do the introspection, to clean up. Okay, love yourself. For example, the previous series of video, 83. Okay, the fact to love, unconditional love, the first person to love is yourself first. It's not egoic, by saying that. Okay, and he say, Neville Goddard, change the conception of yourself and you will automatically change the world in which you live. Don't try to change people. They are only messengers who tell you who you are. Revalue yourself and they will confirm it as a change. It's so important. You don't have anything to do to seduce people, convince people, and so on. To do and to go to toilets for them. No. You radiate, you vibrate, you are aligned with yourself. And in the multidimensionality, key 77, if you want to deepen, you contain the universe. You contain in you universe, O-U-Y, Y-O-U, universe, unity. You contain in your bubble, in your sphere of consciousness. You contain everybody as a little them, as a little, an avatar. So the fact you radiate, the fact you are peaceful with them, and you are not in conflict, actually you shape them. So it's weird to think like this, because they are there, their free will, because they exist in the whole spheres of everybody. But they choose according to the frequency of the reality they want. So they have the free will, and you have the free will also to affect them. So they are like a puppet in your bubble, in your sphere of consciousness. Even if, to make it a little bit harder to understand, so you have to understand. I know it's a neologism. It's like entangle spheres of consciousness. and there is an access between all of them, but it's like the flower of life in 3D in a certain extent. Okay, I invite you to meditate on that. Okay, so concretely, all this is be the change that you want to see in the world. There is nothing to do outwardly, only inwardly, always. Well, life depends on the fluidity and the balanced circulation of energy, and you can see in nature, you can see everywhere. If you have a swimming pool, you don't clean up, there will be stagnating water. Okay, it's smelling, it's full of bacteria, it's infected, and so on. It's the same for a body. It's the same for nature in general. Okay, so that's why it's important to reactivate, to stimulate this energy, the basic energy. A thought is a pointer, is steering, okay, to steer the orientation of the timeline you want. The mind, and also the hygiene of life is the practice of the mind and the practice of the thoughts as well. Okay, so that's why in the somatic dimension, Hippocrates, the father of the, let's say, not the modern medicine, but more the Western medicine, he said the following: the forces of nature within us are the true healers of illness. Keep this in mind. Well, one thing that we don't have so much in Western society, civilization, is the fifth elements. Okay, in Asia, they have, okay, earth, water, fire, okay, air, and there is a fifth one, which is subtle, not visible, okay, and actually we forgot it in Western civilization, despite the fact that the basis of the foundation of this is not Romanian, it is Greek philosophy, Greek. Because Romanian, they copy everything from Greek, and Greek has been inspired by Egyptian. Okay, so there is always a continuum. But anyway, from the Atlantis probably, and even further probably from the galactic. Who knows? But anyway, aside. But just to say, culturally speaking, okay, we have that. It is called ether. Ether, E-T-H-E-R, is the fifth element, the subtle energy that you cannot see, but it's encompassing, is entangling everything to everything. From physical stuff like a table and so on, the energy, a body, a thought, everything, the visible to the invisible, the micro, the small scale to the larger scale, okay? Everything, literally everything. But, you know, actually, this is the equivalent. You have it in the Taoism, in Chinese philosophy, which is the Qi. Qi means literally in Mandarin energy. Okay, Qi Gong. Okay, is one application. Qi Gong, Tai Chi. Qi is that the activation of the good Qi, good energy of your body. You have in the Feng Shui. It's the fluidity of the energy of the house, the harmony of the house, impacting your mind. Okay. Hai ki in Japanese, in Shintoism, means the same. Okay, is energy, vital energy. It is the fifth element. Okay, so concretely, try to visualize all the impact of energy in your daily life. Okay, everything. Let's say the force relationship, like between the dominant and the dominant and the dominated. You know, the triptych that we have with the executioner, the victim, and the savior. Okay, a war is always motivated by a resource. Search of resources. Sources is energy. Okay, or supremacy is force, is energy as well. Okay, so try to see in your daily life, at your own scale and also worldwide, the impact of energy, and you will see that everything is based on that. Ego, in a conflict management, in the hierarchy, everything is a notion of power or of vibration and energy. Try to visualize, for example, when you breathe, some light going into penetrating, entering into your your nostril, and then to vibrate within all your organs, your cells, and so on, stimulating that. Okay, so now we're gonna see many concepts and many tips, many techniques regarding the fact to stimulate this vital energy and how to make it circulating properly. The first pillar is breathing. Breathing is essential. What is about that breathing is oxygenating your brain, okay, to make connection between two neurons. For me, it's practical duality, okay? Breathing, inhaling, exhaling, and also the middle way. By the way, by provocating, sometimes I'm saying, what do you prefer? Do you prefer, you know, the fake choice? You prefer breathing, inhaling or exhaling? It's ridiculous because we need both. Okay, breathing is the manifestation of the living. Breathing life, okay, the breath of life, cosmic breathing, okay, be the part that you want to be in this cosmic breath, as cosmic lung or cosmic breath, as the Vedanta, the Hinduism philosophy evokes it. Okay, when you go on earth, you take your first breath, and at the end, when you pass away, you give back this last breath. Okay, 70% of the toxin are expelled through breathing. It's not sweating. It's not. I mean, it's 10% in the activity, sport and so on. Is 20% only. Well, when you're nervous, actually, the breath is infusing that. Okay, but actually, breath is the metronome. Okay, gives the symphony of your mood, of your emotions. Okay, you can see if you're nervous, you breathe like this. Okay, and if you want to stop that and thereby to be calmer, more relaxed, you can. Most of the time we do that. Calm down. Okay. But if you want to do so, okay, one of the technique is the following. You do it 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes and so on, do it like this, and then you finish by inhaling, and you hold like 10 seconds, 15 seconds and so on. You will see how you are relaxed after that, okay? Very important. So every morning you can observe that your amplitudes of breathing, inhaling, exhaling is really flat, bringing calmness. Okay. You can also very important to empty your breath, your lungs. Sorry, when you wake up. Okay. When you wake up, most of the time you open up the window to refresh the air. It's the same principle. You start your day by hold. For instance, and then you have, because otherwise you have some former air, like you know, stagnating water. Is the same principle. So, what's the reason for being? Actually, the goal is to be not passive but active in your breathing. Okay, so manage your breath, and then you will manage your emotions and also the circulation. So the goal is to be more receptive, to be with synchronicities, for example, to have better neuron connection, so to be more, to be smarter, to, let's say, to have more memory, concentration, problem solving capacity. You expand your sphere of consciousness with intuition, creativity, and you make circulating this vital energy. So, actually, you have different techniques that you can explain in the key 23 with different methodology. Here, just as a sum up, you have many ones. You can just to calm down, for instance, just to try to have a flat breathing. What does it mean? Instead of having big amplitude, you try to reduce the maximum, okay, to have the minimum of inhaling. Like, you know, it's almost neutral. Like when you wake up the morning, you're still in between two words, okay? Is exactly that. Okay, try to do it. You will have the result as well of a certain calmness. You can also have the rhythm, or a certain rhythm, rhythmic and cadenced breathing. What does it mean? It means it's like a square. You inhale, okay? Breath in 5 seconds. You hold 5 seconds. You exhale 5 seconds. You hold 5 seconds, and so on. Okay, 5 seconds, 3 seconds, 10 seconds. It's up to you. You do some experience, some experiments, and you manage according to what is vibrating or not. Then you can have different cycle, okay, 4, 2, 4, 2, and so on. Up to you to decide. Try by your own, okay? So you can do exactly the same by, for example, inhaling with one nostril, okay? Inhale, then exhaling by this other second nostril. Okay, then you do on the other way around, and then it's another effect. Hyperventilating, okay, I show you one of them, okay, with the nose or with the mouth, okay. As I show you, it can be 30 seconds, 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever, and then you hold, okay, you hold by inhaling, and or you hold by exhaling, okay. I do it. You hold, okay, first option. You do exactly the same. You exhale everything, and at the end, after a few seconds, you will see the dizzy, the dizzy aspect first. So it's relaxing, and actually it's activating as well. So this one you can do exactly the same with the mouth, okay. And then further, and this one you have the key 23 plus, okay, which is a guided meditation. You just have to listen and to do, okay. Concretely, there is 3 cycles for which I invite you to do so. At the beginning is 1 minute. I mean, 30 cycle of like this, okay, I explained. And then at the end, you exhale. Okay, so you do with the nose or with the mouth. Okay, you exhale, you wait for 30 seconds, 1 minute, and so on. I guide you, okay, in this meditation, and then you will see, you will be completely dizzy. Actually, it's super, I mean, comfortable, nice. I love it. And then you have also even deeper. I explained that in the key 40. So for which I invite you to be accompanied for that, because it's quite powerful when we do that, because I have holotropic breathwork or shamanic breathwork, whatever the terminology, degree, okay. I've been trained for that, and I can help people to do so. So most of the time people are finishing by crying like baby, okay. Why? Because they expel their let's say emotions, emotional memories, okay. So but concretely, you do certain cycle of breathing, like without holding. You do like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes if you need, and then you take off, and then after a while you reach a certain point of a non-return point in a certain extent, and then you are tripping like this, and then you explore different kind of state of mind, consciousness, okay. So this, I talk about that in the key 40, but once again, pay attention, do it with a specialist. Well, I invite you to meditate on all these techniques. We will see much more in the following videos. I hope it will help you to shape the master key of consciousness, of love, or whatever you want. As you know, all roads lead to Rome and to the Dome. Thank you for your attention, and see you very soon.